What's up, YouTube? My name is Brian, also known as Sherwood Sound. I'm a professional data analyst as well as a music producer, and today I'm going to share something with you I've been pretty excited about to share for a while. It's a top 200 consensus list of rappers. You know, I love all sorts of different types of music. I'm an EDM producer myself, but hip-hop is inherently competitive. Some people like to call it a sport. Rappers are always comparing themselves to one another or talking about themselves being the best or being in some pantheon of rappers. So I wanted to take some of the bias out of that. You know, no one likes to argue this stuff about who's the best more than rap fans themselves. So this was a chance to take 30 lists from across the internet, combine the data to come up with some kind of more consensus list. Of course, these are just people's opinions to start with, so there's still some inherent bias there. But theoretically, if you combine all those data sets, you'll have a less biased opinion. So when I first started this process, I thought there was going to be lists all over the place. I thought XXL was going to have a list, and Complex, and The Source, and Pitchfork, and then I could combine all that data to get a really nice list together. But you know, a lot of those places, the bigger publications, they don't put their lists out there. I don't know if they're scared of blowback. You know, internet can be pretty savage these days. So instead, I used the sources that I could. Billboard has a list that's pretty good. Forbes has a terrible list that everyone hates. But I used sources from, you know, vlogs and blogs and YouTube channels. The rappers T.I. and King Los, who's the battle rapper, they have their top 50 lists out there that I was able to use. Anthony Fantano has a list out there that I was able to use, even though he is too much of a coward to rank his lists. He had a top 55 rappers, but he just mentioned the names. So if you were on his list, you got a default value. The Grammys has a similar list where it's a bunch of names, but they're not ranked. If you were on their list, you also got a default value. Basically, if you had a list that was out there that seemed fairly popular, well put together, reasonable, you were included in the data set until I ended up with about 30 different sources, at which points I compiled all the data to come up with one kind of master list. When I finished all that work, I ended up with about 250 names, which was a lot more than I thought I was going to have initially. I thought for sure I was going to do a top 100 list, but when I ended up with 250 names, I saw a bit of an opportunity. I said, you know what, this is a chance to do something that I haven't seen a lot. I don't see a lot of 200 lists out there, certainly not ones that are fairly well put together. So I said, I'm going to do a top 200 list. This gives a chance to get a lot more variation with underground artists and regional representation and international representation. You know, we all kind of know who that top 50 is. Every list likes to throw in a curveball or two, but for the most part, the names remain the same. So even at a top 100, you know, the list is pretty familiar. But at a top 200, it's just a more interesting list. And I hadn't seen a nice one put together, so I thought I'd put it out there for everyone to debate in the comments or whatnot. You know, when I ended up with 250 names, just know that when I compiled all that data, names 150 to 250 were about tied with their scores. They were mentioned lowly on one or two lists, and therefore their scores all ended up to be about the same. So therefore, I tried to keep this unbiased and keep myself out of it as much as possible, but during those cuts from 250 to 200, that's where my 2 cents came in. I cut about 38 names. I left 12 in for honorable mentions, and then I have the 200 names. Those honorable mentions are artists that I thought deserved special recognition, but in the end did not end up on the list. So once I ended up with my top 200, I was pretty excited, and you know, it took a lot of work. Hopefully you guys find it as interesting as I do. You know, I haven't seen anybody kind of do these big compilation lists before. I think it's kind of interesting to take these big data sets and put together these quote-unquote master non-biased master lists. I would love to do it for other genres or other musical forms or album of the year list, to come up with a consensus album of the year list for 2024 or something. You know, if people like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'll be willing to do more. This particular list will be broken into 4 chunks. Obviously, there's going to be, you know, into chunks of 50. So enough yapping out of me. Let's go ahead and get started with that list. Kicked off with that top 200 list of rappers of all time, starting with honorable mentions. So as you can see, the first group of three rappers who had a huge influence in bringing hip-hop to the mainstream, but just didn't have, you know, the bona fides to make it to the top 200 list. Then we have NF, another rapper who has a huge amount of fans, basically exists in their own universe of rap, and has some technical ability. I tried to listen to a half hour of every single artist on these lists, you know what I mean, which may not be enough time to really get a full feel for the artists themselves. But NF, he's not quite for me. He didn't quite make the list, even though he is a talented guy. You know, he definitely has his Eminem influences, and I like the fact that he tries to stay positive with his messaging, but still just didn't quite crack the list. Next up, we have Jack Harlow, an artist that I'm basically just a hater of. He hasn't released that much music either, but he just didn't quite crack the list. I'm not a huge fan. Next up, we got Jay Electronica, an artist who is no doubt talented. Everyone knows that he has skills, a good lyricist. He has command of the mic, except for the fact that he just hasn't released enough music. He doesn't seem big on releasing music. If he puts a couple more albums out there that are of high quality, no doubt he can make the list. He definitely has the skills to, but he just doesn't seem that interested in making music. Next up, we have the next 5 in. I don't know if you watch college football, but they have the 5 in and 5 out, or college basketball too. People who are going to make the big tournament. But so anyways, the 5 out, those are going to be people, if they're on the list as a newer artist and they just kind of fall off, they'll fall out the list. If they're a legend in the scene and their influences kind of get lost to the sands of time, they will also be off the list, and these people will be in. I put Red Veil, Doechii, Big X the Plug, That Mexican OT, Glorilla. You could also put Rod Wave and Smino on this list as well. I'll talk a little bit about some of them. Doechii, she has all the talent and potential in the world. Very exciting beginning to her career. It'll be great to see where she goes next. Big X the Plug, continuing the tradition of big guys who would just have command on the mic, people you want to listen to, guys with a lot of charisma, also has a huge career ahead of him. Next up, That Mexican OT. Such an interesting flow, man. You figure rap has been around for 40 or 50 years and all the flows have been discovered, right? But then someone like That Mexican OT comes along and he has such a unique sound that it's really cool. I'm really excited to see where his career goes. After that group, I'm going to talk about Lil Nas X. He deserves his own special conversation. He is probably more influential than 90% of the artists on the top 200 list for a very specific reason, and that reason is Old Town Road. Old Town Road was such a huge song. It basically changed hip-hop and country forever. Do we get a full Post Malone country album or a full Beyonce country album without Old Town Road? Probably not. Do we have a bunch of country guys collaborating with hip-hop artists? Do we have a bunch of country albums that have 808s on them and trap production? Probably not. The issue with that is that a lot of that stuff that came out of Old Town Road may not necessarily be good. Beyonce's album is pretty good, but a lot of this trap-infused country that's been coming out sounds terrible to me. People may like it, and if you like it, more power to you. Go ahead and listen to it. But a lot of the stuff that Lil Nas X may have brought about with Old Town Road, it may not have the best results. But he does have other hits. And Lil Nas X also hasn't released a lot of music. He has one album, one mixtape-ish album, and then a bunch of singles. So if he comes out with a couple more albums and they're as big as the ones he's released so far, he'll definitely make his way onto the list as well. Now let's get into the actual list, the top 200. Before I start on with the first name, I'm going to explain these slides a little bit, although they're pretty self-explanatory. You have their position, their rap name, then you have their birth name, and then their birth date, as well as the city they're most associated with. Not necessarily their birth city, but the city that they're most associated with. And then you have a track that I think most encapsulates their sound and what makes them unique. I did try to skew towards songs that may not be their most popular and ones that may be a little more technical or lyrically dense. That isn't the case with all of them. With some rappers, their best song is just their best song, and that's the one I wanted to refer to. But I tried to find something a little more than just the most listened to song on Spotify. So those are how the slides are arranged. Now for the figure himself, at 200 we have Playboi Carti. This would be a controversial pick on this list, just because, Carti fans are going to say that Carti belongs in the top 20 of any top list, while most people who don't like Carti are going to say he doesn't belong anywhere near a top rapper list. His influence is undeniable. Rappers are constantly trying to rip off his sound, or at least chunks of his sound. The way the dude does ad-libs is all over every subgenre of hip-hop right now, with the infectious kind of repetition. And just the whole rage genre wouldn't be the same without Carti. That reverbed out, distorted, auto-tuned kind of soup that he creates. If you like it, you love it. And, for the guys who like it, good, more power to him. Feel free to listen to Playboi all you want. He's not exactly my cup of tea, and I couldn't rank him any higher on this list. With his influence, maybe you could definitely make an argument that he should be higher, but I just don't know if he could go bar for bar with anybody else on this list. So I put him at 200 as kind of a compromise. He's definitely influential. Now, 199, we got Polo G. Polo G distinguishes himself in modern rap with his ability to seamlessly navigate multiple genres, from drill to trap to R&B, creating music with broad appeal. His Chicago roots are evident in his drill influence, but he's also able to create melodic hooks on his trap bangers with universal hooks. Polo G's ability to blend all these diverse sounds, making them approachable to the mainstream without losing his authenticity, has helped him carve a unique space in the hip-hop scene. Next up at 198, we got Mike D. The first Beastie Boy on the list. It's hard to leave off any of the Beastie Boys because the Beastie Boys were such an influential group. And it's tough to evaluate them as individuals because they didn't really have their own verses like most groups where you just stick to your own verse. The Beastie Boys were constantly ciphering and bouncing off of each other, so it's kind of hard to rate them as individuals. But Mike D is kind of considered the weak link of the group, but it's kind of unfair. His laid-back conversational delivery and mellow vibe brought some balance to the chaotic energy of the Beastie Boys, and without him, they wouldn't have had their cohesive magic. Now we have a member from another legendary rap group. We got Bizzy Bone from Bone Thugs at 197. You know, Bone Thugs had such a unique sound. There's never been another group like them. They were all fast rappers, but they were also all melodic rappers. And no one stood out in the group more than Bizzy Bone with his high-pitched falsetto. You could always hear when Bizzy was rapping. And, you know, that kind of unique style made the Bone Thugs stand out. It made him stand out, and it made Bone Thugs stand out. So, you know, Bizzy is so instrumental to their sound. And, you know, he helped elevate that entire group. Next up at 196, we got Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty may be another rapper that people don't think deserves to be on this list. A lot of people hear his nasally auto-tuned falsetto and tune out, but dude is everywhere. He has features, he does production, he may even help bigger artists do some writing, if you know what I mean. He just brought a fun and playful approach to trap, which can be overly serious at times. And dude made a good alt-rock album. Lots of rappers have tried to make rock albums. Usually they're terrible. There are some artists, hip-hop artists that just have rock in their sound. But he actually made a dedicated alt-rock album, and he pulled it off. And that just proves what a versatile artist Yachty is. Next up, we have MC Ride, the frontman for the Death Grips. And he's here in part thanks to Anthony Fantano, who's #1 fan. But MC Ride is a standout artist, and I agree that he should... I try to give extra shine to artists on this list who really are unique, and MC Ride is unique. He's known for his aggressive delivery and abstract lyricism, stuff that's more associated with rock music, but MC Ride and the Death Grips have a hard-to-define sound, and their refusal to adhere to traditional rap structures serve as a reminder to push the genre even further. You know, and hopefully they inspires others to look at hip-hop and see what is possible. Next up, we got 1/3 of Migos. We got Quavo. It's hard to leave any of the Migos off the list because they were just so important in bringing trap to the mainstream. And while Quavo may not have been the most technical of the group, he certainly was instrumental in crafting their unforgettable hooks, their memorable harmonized ad-libs, and their larger-in-life melodies. He also chipped in on production, and while he may not have been the most technical, Quavo may have been the most important member in defining Migos' signature sound. So next up, we have Booba at 193. He may be an artist that a lot of people don't know about, but I tried to put a few international people on this list if they made the cut, and Booba is a true legend in the French rap scene. He's dominated in France for the last 2 decades. He's known for his gritty lyricism, his deep voice, and his bold presence. He has the ability to seamlessly blend modern hip-hop sounds with his own flavor, and Booba brings a lot of international trends to the French scene while staying true to his kind of mainstream hip-hop roots. So next up, we got Foxy Brown, the first female on the list. She had a unique, deep voice, which allowed her to effortlessly transition between the raw street themes with some sultry and sensual themes as well. She was also not a technical lightweight. She collaborated often with Jay-Z and Nas, and on those tracks, she holds her own, never sounding out of place with 2 of the best rappers to ever do it. Now we got Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke's impact on the rap scene is undeniable. He played a key role in bringing Brooklyn drill to the masses. He fearlessly added his own ingredients to the sound, often incorporating melodic elements into drill's aggressive style. Without Pop Smoke, it's hard to say whether New York drill or UK drill would be as big as they are today. Now we got Skepta at 190. Skepta is a pioneer in the UK grime scene, playing a crucial role in bringing grime and drill music to a global stage. He's blended grime's raw, high-energy sound with drill's darker, harder edges, making both genres accessible to a wider audience while maintaining his unique flow and his gritty delivery. Skepta is also a huge influence in fashion and culture and hip-hop in UK, increasing the global perception of UK rap. All white championing social causes for disadvantaged people in the United Kingdom. Next up at 189, we have the true personification of hustle culture, NBA Youngboy. His ability to maintain a steady stream of content while staying relevant is impressive. He's probably released over 1,000 tracks, if not more, and while his catalog can be uneven at times, his best work shines through with raw emotion and authenticity. His influence extends beyond music with a massive fan base. He dominates social media spaces as well as YouTube. Next up, we have Chance the Rapper, who revolutionized the mixtape game by offering his genre-bending albums for free, making his music accessible to a wide audience, proving that success in the industry just doesn't have to rely on commercial releases. A distinctive sound blends elements of rap, gospel, and soul, creating a refreshing mix that sets him apart. Chance's music is known for uplifting positive messages, and many in the hip-hop community are hoping he can bring his next studio album to the same level of excellence that he achieved during his mixtape era. Next up at 187, we have Ad Rock, and when people think of the Beastie Boys, the first member that they'll probably think of is Ad Rock. His aggressive delivery and flamboyant style were essential to the group's image, and while he may not have been the technician that MCA was, his playful bars still packed clever wordplay. Ad Rock was always at the heart of the Beastie Boys. So at 186, we have Master Killa, the first of what is going to be many Wu members. While he may not have had the solo breakout success of the other Wu members, he still contributed significantly to the group. Master Killa had a distinct spoken word delivery that made him stand out amongst the cast of eccentric characters. And like all the Wu members, he was a technician. He's known for his unorthodox rhyme schemes, poetic rhyme style, and deadpan delivery. Now we have probably another controversial name to put on the list. At 185, we have Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is a fearless storyteller and one of the most discussed voices in modern hip-hop. He's carved out a unique niche by tackling controversial topics and societal issues head-on, often challenging the listeners with a narrator who may not always be a likable guy. Whether he's addressing racism, mental health, or his own personal struggles, Joyner brings an unfiltered honesty and artistic boldness which makes him stand out. Now, No Name is another artist that may not have the deepest catalog. She hasn't been around that long, but I still wanted to put her on the list for a couple reasons. First of all, it's great to see the revolutionary spirit of hip-hop alive in some of the newer artists that are coming up, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. She challenges her listeners, and she challenges other rappers. And she has a versatile flow, which she changes up at a moment, always keeping you on the edge of her seat with what she's going to say next or what flow she's going to bring into the mix next. No Name is a key figure in helping ensuring rap stays about something. Next up, we have Slug, the frontman of Atmosphere. He's known for weaving deeply personal narratives into his verses. He often explores themes of love, loss, identity, and resilience, all with a raw honesty that resonates with his listeners. His ability to balance vulnerability with a sharp technical skill and clever wordplay has earned him a dedicated fan base among those who value authenticity in their music. Now, 182, we got Mac Homie, who continues the tradition of masked figures in hip-hop. He's enigmatic, mysterious, and fiercely private, and this is a persona that he's cultivated. Despite his low profile, his music is not a gimmick. His dark, atmospheric production pulls influences from across the globe, creating sound that's unique and immersive. His 2024 album, Rich Ass Haitian, is a triumph. And, if you're listening to this, please go listen to that. It's my top rap album of the year. And if he continues to release projects of that caliber, he will fly up the ranks of top rappers. At 181, we got Dave East. Dave East stands out for raw, unfiltered lyricism and his ability to paint vivid, cinematic pictures of life struggles. What makes Dave East particularly compelling is his seamless fusion of old and new. He channels the gritty, streetwise essence of classic East Coast rap while incorporating a contemporary flair that resonates with modern audiences. With a smooth yet commanding delivery and intricate wordplay, along with relatable themes, Davies has solidified himself as a bridge between hip-hop's golden era and its evolving present, appealing to fans across multiple generations. At 180, we got Saba. Saba's unique rapper and producer whose deeply personal and introspective lyricism has established him as one of hip-hop's most compelling up-and-comers. He's a fiercely independent artist, and his storytelling is vivid and unflinching. Saba's production style is often infused with soulful instrumentation and jazz undertones, and he complements it all with raw vulnerability and intricate wordplay. His independence allows him to push creative boundaries, and his music reflects a distinct vision that blends introspection with a hope for a better future. At 179, we got Bus Driver. He's a pioneering figure in the underground hip-hop scene, known for his unorthodox delivery and avant-garde approach to rap. His rapid-fire, almost manic delivery, paired with his dense and multi-layered wordplay, makes his music a unique listening experience that challenges listeners to engage on a deeper level. Bus Driver content also delves deep into abstract themes ranging from social commentary to personal introspection, all while maintaining a sense of humor and irreverence. At 178, we got MCA. MCA is widely considered the group's most talented rapper in, obviously, the Beastie Boys. He's known for his gravelly voice and intricate rhyme schemes. He's brought unique depth to the group's music. Would Beastie Boys be taken as seriously without MCA? Probably not. His lyrics often delve into personal reflections, spirituality, and social issues, while setting apart himself from his other band members with his more introspective approach. After passing in 2012, the Beastie Boys chose to retire as MCA was so integral to their dynamic that they could not continue without him. Gangsta Boo at 177 is one of the most influential figures in Southern rap, particularly within the Memphis scene. As a member of 3 6 Mafia, her raspy voice and commanding delivery became a defining element of the group's dark, hypnotic sound. Her bold presence on the mic and her ability to craft vivid, often sinister narratives set her apart from her female peers. At 176, we got Takeoff. Takeoff's technical, complex flows and deadpan delivery made him the lyrical backbone of the Migos, often serving as the group's most consistent and precise rapper. While Quavo and Offset often garnered more commercial attention, Takeoff had the ability to weave intricate rhyme schemes and deliver them with effortless precision. His flow was marked by its smoothness and unpredictability, often shifting it up to create more interest. 175, we got Obi Trice. Obi Trice had his straightforward, no-frills delivery, which made him stand out in Eminem's Shady Records. His unique voice and candid storytelling helped him carve out a respected space. And Obi had the ability to communicate rawness and grit while also maintaining his charisma. Now we got Mac Dre. Mac Dre is basically the legend who had such a huge influence on the hyphy movement, and his influence on the West Coast rap scene is undeniable. He's known for his distinctive style and eccentric personality and playful yet impactful lyrics. Mac Dre helped define the sound and the energy of NorCal rap. His contributions to the hyphy movement, with its emphasis on high-energy, party-driven anthems and a rebellious spirit, shaped the culture of the Bay Area and beyond. His influence extends far beyond music, as his persona became synonymous with the Bay Area's independent and creative spirit. Next up, we got Evidence, who's the sole member of Dilated Peoples on this list. He's known for his intricate rhymes and introspective lyrics that blend technical skill with emotional depth. His deliberate delivery adds weight to his verses, whether he's tackling his personal struggles or life's grind. Through his solo work, Evidence showcases vivid storytelling and raw honesty, often over understated production, earning him the respect of many in the underground as such a consistent force. Now at 172, we got Roddy Ricch, who has become a major force in modern hip-hop thanks to his melodic versatility and his ability to craft infectious hooks with relatable street narratives. His unique blend of trap beats and melodic rap allow him to effortlessly switch between rapping and singing, appealing to both hip-hop and mainstream audiences. Quite often he uses sparse production to further showcase his singing or his rapid-fire flow. So next up, we have half of Run DMC. DMC, his commanding, no-nonsense delivery brought raw technical edge to Run DMC's sound, often complementing Run's energetic charisma. With intricate rhymes and a deep voice and an ability to balance hard-hitting verses with reflective moments, DMC added a depth to the group's groundbreaking fusion of rock and hip-hop. His lyrics often explored themes of self-empowerment and resilience, showcasing the versatility that helped shape the group's iconic style. Next up at 170, we have Baby Keem, another artist who may not have released enough music to necessarily be on this list, but his experimental approach to trap and his self-produced tracks have cemented him as one of rap's most innovative new voices. And while his discography is limited, The Melodic Blue is such a standout album that it secures him a place on this list alone. Known for his distinctive, almost pubescent vocal style, along with high-energy bursts, he effortlessly shifts between playful, chaotic flows and deeply personal moments, blending unconventional rhythms and layered melodies with a raw, unpolished energy that feels both now and futuristic. Next up, we have Lecrae. Lecrae has become a trailblazer in Christian rap, combining technical skill, relatable storytelling, and crossover appeal to elevate the genre to new heights. He's known for his intricate lyricism and his ability to craft catchy, radio-ready tracks. Lecrae has broken barriers, bringing Christian rap into the mainstream without compromising his faith-driven message. Lecrae's success has not only expanded the reach of Christian rap, but has also added credibility and depth to the genre. Next up, we have Jay Alive. Jay Alive's blend of complex lyricism and vivid storytelling, along with sharp social consciousness and social critique, have made him a cornerstone of the underground hip-hop scene. Known for his smooth and measured delivery, Jay Live has a unique ability to layer intricate wordplay with deeply reflective content, addressing themes like education, self-awareness, and societal issues. Next up, we have another interesting name on the list. A lot of people just know MIA from Paper Planes, which was a huge song, but MIA blends rap, electronic, and global musical influences with sharp socio-political commentary, often crafting a fearless, eclectic sound. Her music defies genres, and it draws from a wide array of styles, including hip-hop, dancehall, and traditional South Asian rhythms. It reflects her multicultural upbringing and her bold creative vision. With boundary-pushing lyrics that tackle topics like immigration, war, and identity, MIA has positioned herself not just as a musician, but a provocateur and an activist. She's also recently gone down a bit of a conspiracy theory rabbit hole. I hope she finds her way back from that. We will see. Next up at 166, we have Big Sean. Big Sean has built a unique space in rap with clever wordplay, polished delivery, and versatility. He's known for his punchlines, his memorable hooks, while he balances high-energy mainstream hits with introspective tracks that explore themes like loss, growth, and mental health. His ability to make lyrics personable yet relatable, combined with his technical precision, make him a compelling on both reflective songs and club anthems. The ability to blend emotional depth and mainstream appeal cements his status as one of the best of the current generation. Now we have R.A. the Rugged Man. His technical mastery and unfiltered approach to both battle rap and social commentary have earned him a cult following. Known for his rapid-fire delivery and wild flow, along with aggressive lyricism, he's become a standard-bearer for fast rappers, pushing the boundaries of both speed and precision in hip-hop. As an undeniable legend, his impact continues to grow, showing that fast rap does not have to be corny. At 164, we have Triple X Tentacion. Triple X's raw vulnerability and his genre-blending approach helped him bring emo trap to the mainstream. By combining rap with rock, alternative, and lo-fi, he has created a deeply personal yet widely resonant sound. His introspective lyrics often explored pain, mental health, and existential struggles, all delivered with an intensity that connected with a diverse audience. X's experimental production and emotional delivery pushed hip-hop's boundaries, inspiring others to be vulnerable in their music. Though his legacy is very complicated by controversy, his fearless artistry left a lasting impact. Now at 163, we have Charlie Tuna, who is known for his distinctive deep voice and smooth delivery, most notably as a member of Jurassic 5, but also as a member of the funk band Ozomatli. His versatility in blending hip-hop with funk and jazz and Latin influences has made him a standout figure in the underground scene. His attention-grabbing deep voice, unique delivery, and socially aware lyrics with his laid-back yet precise flow have made him a standout in any group that he has been a member of or on his solo projects. At 162, we got Big Crit, A fresh yet deeply rooted voice in hip-hop, blending southern rap traditions with heartfelt introspection and vivid storytelling. He creates soulful, self-produced tracks inspired by gospel, blues, and funk, giving his music an unmistakable southern vibe. Whether he's crafting trunk-rattling anthems or thoughtful, introspective tracks, Crit's skill as both a rapper and producer, along with his dedication to staying true to his roots, make him a standout artist. At 161, we got Open Mike Eagle. Open Mike Eagle's blend of humor, vulnerability, and clever lyricism has made him a standout figure in alternative rap. Known for his offbeat, introspective content, Mike Eagle's music often explores themes of self-doubt, mental health, and social commentary, all while maintaining a sharp wit and playful tone. Open Mike Eagle is known for creating conceptual albums that push the boundaries of traditional rap, using his music to explore abstract ideas through unconventional storytelling. At 160, we got Fat Joe. Fat Joe is a testament to longevity in hip-hop, with a career that spans over 3 decades and a legacy built on adaptability and collaboration. His ability to stay relevant is rooted in his knack for crafting hits while seamlessly blending styles from different generations. What makes Fat Joe stand out as a rapper is his commanding delivery, but yet he still stays laid back. Juelz Santana at 159, he's known for his dynamic delivery, blending laid-back cadences with bursts of energy, paired with witty metaphors and clever wordplay. He's made him a standout in fierce competition of his era. As a central figure in the Diplomat, Santana contributed to the cultural movement that redefined New York rap, characterized by bold fashion, soulful production, and an unapologetic swagger. His authenticity, rooted in New York upbringing, resonates deeply with New York fans. At 158, we got Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is a dynamic force in hip-hop, seamlessly blending southern rap traditions with modern sounds. Her commanding delivery makes it clear that she owns the mic. And while she challenges the male-dominated industry by embracing femininity and sexuality as powerful sources of strength, Megan champions themes of independence, resilience, self-love, while empowering others along the way. Beyond her music, her pursuit of education and advocacy for mental health and women's rights, and her dedication to uplifting her community has solidified her as more than just a rapper. At 157, we have Chino XL. Chino XL is widely regarded as one of the most lyrically complex and skilled rappers of his generation. Known for his sharp wordplay and intricate rhyme schemes, he stands out in hip-hop's intellectual circles. His ability to blend social commentary with his battle rap has earned him a reputation as a master of both technical skill and thought-provoking content. Though not always in the commercial spotlight, Chino XL's influence remains undeniable, especially in underground hip-hop, where his dense metaphors and multi-layered lyrics continue to inspire fans and other artists. Next up, we got 2 Chainz, who has masterfully refined the trap sound, making it accessible and appealing to a broader audience without losing its authenticity. What sets him apart is his magnetic charisma on the mic, paired with an exceptional ear for crafting catchy hooks. His lyrical content is a dynamic blend of humor and street narratives, showcasing his ability to balance wit with grit. 2 Chainz's versatility allows him to collaborate across genres, elevating his appeal beyond just a traditional trap audience. Little may you know, but before podcasting, Joe Budden was a rapper known for his emotionally charged lyricism and introspective content, along with raw vulnerability, which made him a standout figure. As a pioneer of emo rap, particularly through his Mood Music series, Budden introduced levels of emotional depth and personal storytelling that were rare in mainstream rap at the time. However, Budden also has the ability to create up-tempo bangers, showcasing his versatility as an artist. His range of tones, from deeply reflective to high energy, proves that he's a rapper who refuses to be pigeonholed. At 154, we have Sage Francis. Sage Francis is known for blending sharp social commentary with personal reflections, pushing the boundaries of underground hip-hop. His music tackles topics like politics, mental health, and societal issues, using a unique style that mixes spoken word poetry with traditional hip-hop and unconventional production. Sage delivers next-level wordplay, sharp wit, and raw honesty. In fact, so much honesty that sometimes he can make the listener uncomfortable. His bold storytelling and willingness to confront uncomfortable truths make him a compelling voice in independent hip-hop. At 153, we got Stormzy. Stormzy stands out in the rap scene for his unique blend of grime, hip-hop, and social commentary, solidifying him as a leading figure in the current UK scene. He's known for his powerful delivery, sharp lyricism, and commanding stage presence. He redefines the genre by merging raw, unapologetic bars with insightful reflections on race, class, and identity. His adaptability allows him to flow effortlessly across various beats, from drills, bass-heavy rhythms to grime's raw energy to trap's infectious bounce and drum and bass's intensity, while maintaining his distinct voice. Beyond music, his activism, particularly in supporting black communities and advocating for education, highlights his strong sense of purpose. At 152, we have the last member of the Migos, Offset. Offset stands out in the Migos as the most technically skilled member, known for his intricate flow and razor-sharp delivery. His ability to blend complex rhyme patterns with street narratives and an infectious melodies set him apart, adding a refined edge to the group's signature sound. Offset's solo work reveals deeper, more introspective side, showcasing his growth as both a storyteller and as an artist. Whether on Migos anthems or solo work, Offset's technical precision and versatility allow him to balance lyrical depth with mainstream appeal. And finally, for our last member of the first 50, we got Skyzoo. Skyzoo is revered for his vivid storytelling and exceptional lyricism, blending intricate wordplay with relatable narratives that resonate deeply. His ability to paint detailed cinematic pictures through his verses sets him apart. His pen consistently shows authenticity and depth. His consistency and dedication to his craft has solidified his place as one of the most respected voices in the underground hip-hop scene, and his ability to be highly introspective while still exhibiting technical mastery is unmatched. And that's the first 50. There's another 150 to go to get through this top 200. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I really want to get the next 150 out, but if this video gets a lot of thumbs up and a lot of attention, I'll be more motivated to get it out even faster. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking about all these artists, and I'm excited to continue this journey with y'all. Thank you so much for watching.